I was just getting beating him with a punch, and I was like punching it up, but not no real. You know, I was like, I was skinny, I was like 10.5 stone as tall as I am now, and he was like he was a man, no, at 22. And then the police come, the police come and get split up. So then I get the staples out 2 weeks later. I see the cunt again in that daft shitty cordine. I hated this one. So I see him, I got a break. Whoosh! That would put his wind at row. So next, man, he spun. I go to the back. Remember the back field, like the rosy back field. So I ended up at the back field. No, I was at the back field when he went past. So I walked through there, and his dad lived there. So we comes out, and anyway, as I said, he's too big, and he smashed me off the curb once, but then I ended up just fighting out. I was wiring, I didn't know any grappling then, but I remember as I was getting up, I hit him like when you throw a shot like that, it wobbled him. He grabbed a hold, he went to grab hold of me, but I put him in a guillotine, not even knowing what it was. And I took a big chunk out there. I couldn't get his ear, I took a big chunk out there, that part there, and then all people screaming, coming out of the house, and I remember thinking to myself, I need to get big. I need to get big. That was when I decided to get big.
That's what I always say. If you fight, it's like when I had the fight with Duffy, he was 14 stone, I was 24 stone. And when you're standing with a boxer, you don't fight their fight, do you? You fight your own fight. And when I grabbed all of them,
grabbing was
that was it. When you get
and I knew that's why they have weight divisions, isn't it? So I thought boxing's important, but I thought there's got to be a little bit more. I've got to get myself big. And so I got heavily into lifting weight. I bought the Education of a Bodybuilder by Arnold Schwarzenegger. I did everything. Then I went into Blood and Guts oriented. I buy all the Joe Wade, the magazines, and I'd be doing everything right. I started taking gear. Then I took a lot of gear. I thought, where was the roughest? Well, I got told there's a man in Stockton was taking 11 different types, and he was like, had a real big reputation, and I thought, I better take 12 types of gear. So I was taking 12 types, and I was only a young fella. I was taking. Remember, Testavit was for bulls. I was taking gear for bulls, horses. I was fucking ramming it.
So you're moving a lot.
Oh man, I was that. I just went crazy, and then I was getting strong and big. I was addicted to strength. That's what
I remember when you come to see me.
Remember when I just blew up, and then obviously can we talk about the advice you give me?
Yeah, of course we can. Yeah.
So I wanted to take growth hormones, so I went to see Brian. And I thought, fucking hell, look at the size. And I was thinking I was getting bigger, but he was bigger than I was. I want to be 20 on stones. And I just thought, the bigger, the better. And then you said to me, if you take growth on its own, it's like having the power of a mini car inside you. He said, take it with insulin, saying the power of a tank. I remember that you gave me the insulin, then that was it. I was taking insulin as well, and I was 20. I had 3.5 plates behind my neck, repping out in Moore's gym. People are coming to watch me lift weights. I've got a 5-plate bench press, and I'm curling 50 key dumbbells, and I was feeling like I was strong as fuck. So that thing, I'm like now 20 or something. You had me eating it non-stop, all the best of food. My strength was going through the roof, and I was only doing 1 minute rounds on the bag then, because I thought, no one's getting past that, you know, this is, I just want to, but I got into a confrontation, and a man came to my house, and he was a bit of a nutcase, you know, because I moved to Wembley Way, and they were a bit funny. I used to come to my flat, didn't you, Brian? Over Oxbridge, no, bullies, you know. And he come and saw Goose was there with me, another 11 years. I remember I've hit him with a right cross, and I've never hit anyone ever, I've never really ever thrown a right cross like that ever since, out of like, out of badness, and it fractured his jaw, his cheekbone, his eye socket, and his skull. And it was self-defense, because if I'd have known the law, I could have went self-defense, and then he'd sent this Dorman fella around who was his cousin and threatening, so I arranged to fight him. Then he cocked, but then I got arrested. I thought we don't go there, like, because I grew up getting smashed and kept my mouth shut. I thought, these are like fighting men. I thought, what's all this about? If I'd known the law, nothing would have happened. But I went to court and I held my hands up, because I thought I'd get lesser sentence. I didn't end up getting. I remember it was court 2, which was Judge Fox, and I thought, oh man, I thought Judge Fox is, people say he's the worst judge, but Judge Fox hated burglars, and this fellow was a burglar, and he was like a wrong, and he was like a real. So I think maybe Judge Fox was happy what I did.
I went with him 3 times and got no guilty.
Did you? Yeah, he was fair, wasn't he? To do with fighting, to do with violence. Yeah, he gave me a combination order, probation, community service, everything like that for free, like a 3-year combination order, fine. And I didn't go because he said, I know you didn't do it. I didn't jump on him, but the damage was very, very bad, and then that fella was.
But you told you could have killed him, couldn't you?
Yeah, well, he died not long after. He took his own life.
But nothing to do with that.
No. He ended up taking his own life, you know, not long after, and I just thought, just a load of all that life snow. That's the first time I thought, what's the point in all this? But as I said, I was taking that much gear. I remember I'd lost my mind, definitely. I remember walking around Hardwick and I didn't know who I was, so I was just like walking down, I totally lost it. Yeah, I totally lost it. And then I remember that, but then I started going out, because when I was a kid, I'd go to all the rage and all that, so I'd be going out and I'd be having little fellas and all that, and then I'd be going in the gym, and I remember doing, someone said someone that did 21 reps on 2 plates in natural progression, so I went in, I'd been up all night, did 22 reps on 2 plates, you know, like, I just stupid, that's bad for your body, isn't it? But I thought, I'll do it, and I was burning the candle at both ends, and then, you know, I ended up having a bad turn, but before the bad turn, what happened was, these people started getting, like, there's all these people what used to bully me and all that, they'd all been getting nicked for all types of stuff. You know, one of the dads, you know them, they'd always like, they were bullies, and then, so I'm suddenly 20 stone, and all these people used to be bigger than me, coming out of jail, I'm just like, oh, I'm thinking, this is good, I'm thinking, this is it even. I had a list of them, and I used to get them all, and then people who were sound with me, I was really right. There was a lad called Cuffy from Rosewood. I remember when I was a kid, people saying, oh, his mum's an alcohol, and all I need, they say, leave him alone, and he was just all right. He was a bit older. I remember, I never forget anyone who did me a good turn or a bad turn. But then, before I put on all the size, I remember again, someone tried to burgle our house again. I'm coming out the door and I see someone, I hear something, and they just smashed the back window and they got off. But then they'd robbed another house. And then someone must have known you, because I wasn't there, my brother was in. They said, Brian Cockerill's been around, so you came in the street. He's called Steve O Chicken Neck again, you piece of shit, Steve O Chicken Neck. No, I'm joking, I forgive you. But you've gone in the house and like people's running out and you're just like throwing people like into the doors. They moved out, I thought, oh God, I wish I'd seen that. And I thought, yeah, this is how you should deal with it.
You know, on the streets, I would be like,
totally,
help people who've got bad little kids from getting bullied out to help them. So,
and this maybe goes a full-time job, doesn't it? I remember when I first met Grandma, my phone green all day, he's nicked this, he's done that, and that. Because like, I'd seen you doing that, I like that, and then Aki, Judo Aki, he'd always stop Pugilism, and I think that's the, if you can look after yourself, I think you should look after other people, shouldn't you? But then looking after other people got me into so much trouble as well, so much trouble. I went into the security game and stuff just because, well, what happened was I got into a fight with a wrestler, got took down, so I learned wrestling, went back, had another fight. I thought, this is good, it works. Got heavily into grappling and whatnot, but then, well, before getting heavily into it, I got hit with bats while I was fighting this fella. I got hit with bats, tried to bleed on me head, not known. I went sparring, can you remember? So I went sparring with Marty Mandeville. He had all the doors, and he was really good. He was European kickboxing champion. And I remember he had a gym on the back of Tatters, what Bernie had. And I remember it was only meant to be boxing. I was about 21, and Marty was about 36. He was a rough fella. We were punching, but then he started kicking as well. But I looked at us, so then I was kicking back. I was thinking, I'm doing all right here, I'm doing all right. And then he starts doing all the, he was a much better at grappling. Like I'd only just started grappling, and then I was like, oh, I need to learn this. But I remember Bernie come in and we were full of blood. It wasn't my blood because I'd caught his nose, and but the blood was on me because I had a white t-shirt. But he was killing me with grappling. And I remember thinking, oh, this is it. I want to really get into grappling. And then that night I thought that I had a headache or a migraine, and I didn't know that I had a bleed the size of a tennis ball on my head. I had a bleed the size of a tennis ball, and I nearly died. And you know, they sent me back from the hospital. When I went back there, I was in a room. I think they left me to die. You know, I think it was because people were coming to see me, and it was for the last time. I remember getting my baby, brought in a little baby, and all people was coming. I remember thinking like, I'm dying, but I always wanted to die young. You know, like, that was my goal. I never would have took my own life. I hated all that, but I thought, I'll just keep going till someone kills me, because I wasn't happy, but I was young, and I remember thinking, I wouldn't mind getting a little bit longer. And I was like, fuck then I was thinking, I was in a lot of pain, and then my brother Sean come in, and he said, you're not going to die, you're a fighter, you're going to fight it. And I thought, I hadn't even thought about that. And he said, remember when Gassy got shot, because his friend had been shot, and he was in hospital 3 weeks. But obviously Gassy took the brunt of it, and he said, he survived, he's a fighter. And I thought, I'm going to survive, and I did, but I had delayed concussion for a year. I had to learn how to read again. I lost the ability to read. It was a tough time. It was a tough time, and so I had to really start again, and I did. And Marty started training me, and then Marty got shot. So I went and started working on the door when I shouldn't have been. I was still very weak and frail, but I did. And I just thought, I watched Choke with Hickson Gracie, and I thought, if I can learn how to do all these like ground fighting techniques, I don't have to be standing and banging, and I don't have to be taking all this punishment. And then I started going out to Brazil, and I learned from
I
the
remember when you went
family
there
and all
for
that, yeah.
6 weeks, didn't you?
Yeah, and I remember I won a British Championship and you seen in the paper and come to see me on the Empire, but I wasn't there because I think I'd gone to Brazil maybe, I remember they said big prize from that because you had a, I can't remember the car, but it said Big Brian, the registration, it was a soft top.
Convertible,
South convertible.
Yeah.
So
I remember, when you fought, when we had the thing for the army lad who had his...
sure, at my opponent, failed his medical, I was going to fight, a kickboxing fight then, I wasn't at K1,
Made a lot of money for charity, and speech in the ring.
It was good, and I used to tell you about God, didn't I, when I used to...
How did you find Christianity? What was your best?
Well, when I was really young, who are these? I can't tell the people that until they come. Is everything alright?
Yeah.
What?
Sanitary.
Yeah. I just think not the figures is that. Yeah, so we're, so when I was really young, as I said, for a while, my mum started becoming a Christian for not long at all, not long whatsoever. And these Christians used to come, nice people, and they tell me stories, and I loved them to tell me about Jesus. So I thought, oh, there's Jesus, there's God, he's his dad. So I was just a child, and I remember seeing Jesus of Nazareth, and the program what used to be on channel, some channel on a Sunday. I felt what's the Holy Spirit. I didn't know what it was, and I'm thinking, I just want to be good. I'd start praying, but I'd pray for hours on me. I'd say, God, put Jesus on one side, and Jesus put, like a kid knows, thinking I'm on the phone, and then I say, God, I promise I'm going to be a priest when I'm a man. I'm going to be a priest, I promise, I swear down, I'd say, which I didn't know, I swear to God, I've heard people say that. So I thought, I'll swear to God that I'm going to be, and then someone said, oh no, priest is only, it's a vicar, so I said, God, because I'm on the phone, I think I'm going to be a vicar, I'm not sure, you tell me, and thanks for killing the dinosaurs, like I was just like a kid, I thought, God and Jesus have killed all the dinosaurs, so I was just a total kid. And then everything was good for a bit with my mum and all that. I remember when my mum was going through these stages, I'd get left with all different family, and her brother was in a lot of crime, and he'd have to take me out when they're doing jobs. So I'd be a little kid and they're going out, and they used to rob the cars then, so they'd be stealing cars, and there was big money in stealing cars and selling them. The house would always be getting. I remember I'd hate the police. I'd think like they're the enemy and all. You know, just as a little kid, and I thought, why are they looking in my rabbit hutch? I thought you can't put a car in there, and obviously they're looking for drugs and all that. So I'd be going out with. That's the way that
we're brought up.
Yeah, that's the way that I was brought. I always said I never chose that life; it chose me. But when my mum started becoming right with God for a bit, she knocked all that on the head. That she kept all the bad people out. There was no parties, there was no slings, no horrible cunts coming back to the house, and it was good. It felt really, really good. It did. It felt good for a while there. I remember she got on with this man. I remember I always blamed myself, but then in a way I thought at least I got a brother and sister out of it, and my brother was disabled, and so then that made me want to fight. I think he's not going to go through what I did. I'm going to be the toughest, so no one's going to mess with him and all that. And that was another thing. And I'd get left with them a lot because they'd go out. Like they get your gyro every fortnight then, so like you ate for a couple of days and you go in and ask them, can you borrow bread in the morning and all that to make toast? Can I borrow this? And then they'd go out and I know they won't come in, they'd go out on the drink and then we'd be left, and it was not good times. But I remember the only reason that my mum met this fellow was we were in the Green Dragon yard on the day, and I had 10 pence and I put it in the machine and I won the jackpot somehow, all the money come out. So she took me to my auntie's and she went out on the drink and she met this fella. And so then I remember these people from the church, from the tabernacle, when she got with him, they said the devil can be nice sometimes. They said the devil can be nice sometimes. So she stopped them from coming around. She had to call him this man the devil and all this and that. And I remember I had a christening candle, know what I loved from being christened. And I remember he chopped it up and made it in these these demonic things where you have these skulls and all that. And he starts doing all that with my candle, piece of shit. And then years later, I told Heidi, and she made me a new one. God love her. My wife, she made me a new christening candle, and thought it's the nicest thing anyone's ever did. It's funny, you know, it's as if that took a curse off or something, because things started falling into place after that. But all these blessings and curses is real.
Baptism.
Yeah, baptism, powerful feeling, isn't it? I got baptised in the river and I come out and I remember just shouting.
And I thought you cracked up.
Yeah, you know, I remember shouting, praise the Lord. And, I remember once I just met Heidi and I was driving because her brother Richard, who was obviously a world champion runner and everything now, he'd been training, he'd missed his train. So we drove through, we went past the Angel of the North, and Heidi said, look, the Angel of the North, and I shouted, we're going to live forever. And I thought, what? I said, that boy's going to have nothing to do with me. Like, she was buzzing really, but I was like on this real.
These things just come off and over.
I was on this real spiritual buzz. But On our honeymoon, we went to Brazil. Obviously, I spent a lot of time in Brazil. And I know about Macumba, it's a magic, demonic magic what they have there. And my guide was down, we're in the airport, and Heidi buys a big, like, an ornament where it's a pregnant woman, but carrying the washing on her head, and like how they do. And then she said, I want to buy this, and she was pregnant, Heidi, so I said, okay. Then we come back, and everything started going wrong.
Was it like an idol, you think?
Yeah, because wherever this was, everything would break. We put it in the kids' room, they'd have nightmares, and it went on for 2-3 years. Heidi broke her back training for a Thai boxing fight.
Right.
She threw a kick and saw Tanacle in Newcastle. And it's old swimming baths in Biker, the old Biker baths, and she slipped and it's the hard floor. She broke her back. I was having injuries financially. We nearly got our house took off. There was a couple of other things I had to sell to get money. We were we really were living by faith. Like if Peter weren't coming for a private, I wouldn't have bet. And then Graham popped up loads of times and bought us food and all that. It was it was a hard time.
He's a nice man, isn't he,
yeah, very good man. Helped me massively. His book really helped me massively. But I was watching something to do with curses, to do with David. I forget his name. An old preacher I should remember.
David Prince.
No, not David Wilson. Derek Prince. Derek Prince. Yeah, he was a great man. He was an army officer. He read the Bible to disprove it. Brilliant. He started reading. He was like, "What? This is real." He was in a field somewhere, like on exercise, saying, "This is really." Ended up spending his latter years in Israel, a total man of God. He started teaching about blessings and curses and warning about cursed objects. And then I said, "I need that thing." We went and got it, and then it had a curse on it, not even in Portuguese, in English, saying about the curse of the washerwoman. It's going to be upon you and all this. So we did the prayer, what he said, we smashed it, and we started crying our eyes out. Tears of joy. I was just holding it, and that's it. I've never spoken to my mum for years, so I've got to go and help my mum. We went to her house, and I just knew she got something in there. She had this strange object in there, so you got to get rid of that. False idols. You got to get rid of that. She said, no, I know Christians, and she wouldn't let me smash this thing. And then I said, I loved her, forgive her, and then left. Never seen, that was 10 years ago, something, 9 years ago. Funny, isn't it? I wasn't even talking about this, but we smashed it, and I just always, and I remember hearing that if you pray to somebody and there's a curse on them, it won't work. You've got to pray for the curse to be lifted first, and then God can get to work. I remember thinking, man, I think there's always been curses getting put on. And
you have to be baptized and wash everything off.
Totally, but even after baptism, the curses, if they don't pray for the curse to be lifted, they'll still be there. They're not powerful. So if there's any curses on this man, lift them now in the mighty precious name of Jesus. Amen. It's as simple as that, because we all have the power to do it. So. You need praying for, type in Derek Prince, type in Derek Prince, because listen, it's real, and I don't go around living that life. I love my life, with great people, you know, I'm coaching, this is a ministry too, you know, I'm very grateful. I wake up and I thank God. I'm really grateful. I can't believe what's going on. I know there's a lot going on in the world right now, and I just know that God he's got it all at hand. Seek first the kingdom, because all this righteousness, everything else will be done. I have no doubt it's Rosh Hashanah today, which is a very important festival in Judaism.
That's why I've had to jump today, because he's obviously.
Yeah, I'm gonna do Shabbat. I'm gonna have a meal with my family, and we're gonna totally relax and pray. And this is a good way for me to live. And I'm not like no perfect person by any stretch of imagination. I have so many battles, internal battles always, and that's life, isn't it? So you're battling with an enemy. Spiritual pugilism. I written a poem the other week, spiritual pugilism, because that's how it is. But this helps me. This train helps me. I get to be around good people. I don't drink. I don't take drugs. I live a clean life. Obviously, I was wild. I was just a wild kid growing up in a culture where there's raves and all these other things, and this lifestyle. And then I always wanted to do good. I always wanted to be strong to protect others. I just wanted to protect. I didn't want anyone to bully me. I didn't want anyone to bully anybody else. I went around thinking I can bully bullies, but then people would think maybe he's I was. I might say Brian and all this and that. But I remember Jeff Thompson. I started doing well with Jeff Thompson, who was an award-winning author in Coventry, top martial arts, top doorman and all that. And he said, "Be careful when you're chasing the dragon that you don't become the dragon." It was Nietzsche that said that. And I thought, Nietzsche, be careful when chasing the dragon, you don't become the dragon. And I thought I became the dragon because all this trouble, all this carry on, and then
probably
it just become an addiction.
A lot of depression.
Definitely.
Definitely. And then when you train, it gets that out.
Like now we had the suit on, we're doing jiu-jitsu, and everyone's doing well. I love it. I really.
And everyone in here, I can feel it's like a lovely place to be.
Positive environment.
Can you mention
legit pro wrestling school in Stockton. Right now it's difficult because of all these measures in. We're not allowed to do certain things.
I wouldn't want to go the distance for doing the ring today.
And contact me, because we can get something started. If you want to train, we'll do like where there's not people around him. That's there's
the
always
side people
regulations we have to
yeah.
stick with for now, but this is going to pass, and then we're going to carry on. We're going to continue to grow. We're here, and I have affiliate schools: Mexico City, one in America, Austria. They're popping up all over, a few around Britain, and they come once a month, and I help coach. I coach coaches in the art of catch wrestling, the violent art of catch can, which is a no holds barred fighting style that was created here in England, as was boxing. You know, this England is the United Kingdom as a whole, including Ireland, is a very powerful nation. Obviously, Great Britain is called great for a reason. It ran the world, didn't it? We're a warrior nation. We're a mongrel race. You know, you can't get pure English because we're not pure. No. I remember, I shouldn't swear, but like, it's quite funny. Ben Poppleton, he's a real well-known coach. He's from Doncaster. He said, "Chris, you're from North, lad." He went, "Everybody's great granddad's been fucked by a Viking. You're don't bring that to us." But we are being invaded non-stop, and we're the culmination of this. So racism and all that. Don't be racist, because we're all one.
Because we're all one. We all come from the same.
I love everybody, all people, all nations.
What nationality? What colour you are?
In here on a night last week, somebody came, a Spanish man. I speak a little bit of Spanish. I was chatting with him, and he was so happy that someone speaking to him in his language. And then there's somebody from Iran here. And then there's all people from all over now speaking, I think, Italian and Christian, and he said, "This is like the United Nations in here. I love it, it's like the United Nations." And I thought, that's probably the nicest thing anybody's ever said to me, you know. Like, we're doing the right thing, because we're all one. We're all one, we're all one race, the human race. If you hate anybody, you hate yourself, because you know what you project will come back on you. So love endures all things. I'm back to that again. It's a scripture. Love yourself. Love what you do. Find good people, do good things, you know, don't be like shit talking and all that. Just do good. Actions speak louder than words. Actions speak louder than words, and you know, he was without sin, cast the first stone. Nobody's perfect, and let's not forget about who was it that, you know, back to the story about the Good Samaritan. It was the Good Samaritan that helped him, not the priest. It was the Samaritan, and the Samaritan was the enemy of that tribe, but he helped them. We can help anybody regardless of race, regardless of black man versus white man, regardless of Arab versus non-Arab, and that's from the Quran. That was said by the Prophet Muhammad. It doesn't matter, just love God. There's one God. When somebody went writing graffiti on the mosque,
you cleaned it off.
I went and cleaned it off, and I wouldn't interview. It's the right thing to do. Why did you do that? I said, because these aren't terrorists. These are. I've been getting in his taxis for years. I used to go to this man's shop. We are one. With Teesside, we're one. We're together. We don't do none of that here. We love each other, work together. I have students from every background in here. It doesn't matter what religion you are, how much money you have. If your heart's right, you're welcome. It's for everybody. And most martial arts schools around the world are like that, you know. That's how it is. There's one big family, no bullying, man.
And people come here, kids, and they walk with a smile on their face, the mums and dads thank you. Plus you're doing a great thing, like I've always said, you and Handy are keeping kids off the streets by doing this. So if you get into the gym, get your kids taking a boxing, karate, whatever type of sport they're into, football, it's a fantastic thing.
God's blessed me massively, you know, no since giving up that other lifestyle. I remember realising that it says in the Bible, in the translation, I don't like the translation, it says that the love of money is the root of all evil. It's not the love of money. Mammon, love of mammon. Mammon's the evil spirit that gets you to do bad things to get money, you know. In Islam, it's like, not gunga, that's like dirty, they call it haram money. It's like all religions know that bad money will get you a lot of bad luck. Yes. So you got to plant good seeds.
Otherwise, like people like selling drugs.
It won't bring you. You've got to do what's right. It's all that we used to know. But it's hard, isn't it?
You brought it in the streets that way.
Say don't hate the player at the game, don't they?
You just copy what you see and see what you do.
And that's why we have. We can change. You know, I always say that. You know, wise people learn from other people's mistakes. Fools learn from their own. I was a massive fool. I learned from my own mistakes. But, you know, we're here now, and we can pass on some you know, maybe some gems of wisdom. We can help somebody, and we've been there. We've been through the mill, and it's good, isn't it? And that's what life's about.
You'd rather help someone and hurt someone, and also somebody you could save someone's life out of £1 million, it'd always be saving somebody's life.
Totally. You can never have
shiny objects off the devil, because he does tempt you, doesn't he? And
but we can get more better things off God, can't we? You know, Jesus was so wealthy. Let's not forget. Let's look into the scripture.
Tempted him, didn't he?
And he was wealthy when the cast his coat, the cast lottery's coat, because it was worth that much. He came in to Jerusalem on a donkey. That's like coming in here in the most expensive Rolls Royce. He was wealthy, you know. Why? Because what happened to him at birth? What was he given? gold, frankincense, and myrrh. He was given by who whether they weren't kings, they were magi from the east. Yeah, all the knowledge of the world was put into him. This is what we believe. If you look into it, you can look into it. You can learn all of this out. Look into the scripture. Look into the Torah, the first 5 books of the Old Testament. Look into even every letter in the alphabet, Gimel Dollar there, the alphabet, the language of the ancient Hebrew people. Even the first letter and the second letter is describing the beginning of the world. It's real.
Can't go wrong.
Can't go wrong. Read it. Find people who are going to help you with it, and pray continually. The Bible says, and pray continually. Why not? Why not?
Don't get me wrong, everyone has their ups and downs, your ups and downs. I did the other night, you had them the other night. When you're Christian, you help each other. Like Carl's all offended, he knows more about the scriptures, there's all those put together. Carl's really good, and Tony Grange from the church, good Grand Seed, we were talking to Tony last night, and around to help us, and when you feel down, they make your spirits lift, don't you?
Type in positive things on the internet, type in Anthony Robbins, type in Jim Rohn, type in Zig Ziglar, type in
Brian Cockerill,
type in the people on there. I want to put content out there. Videos.
Help people.
These videos are going to outlast me. I'm not going to be here for long, but this message is going to be here. You know what I mean? It's going to be here for eternity. And I want to be able to help somebody. That kid who's getting bullied at school, 13-year-old. I want him to read that video and think, I'm not going to take my own life. I'm going to change, and that's what it's all about for me.
My wife had a kid who's called Charlie from Whitby, come from all the way down Whitby, being bullied and beat up and everything. He started in the box to get in the gym. Now he's the biggest kid in the class, and no one's bullying him now. So I just helped him because we met him that day. We went to meet him from Whitby. It's good. But them little kids, you don't help them. Like the wife and me, we saved 24 people now for committing suicide through the power of Jesus Christ. And Jesus is real, believe me, 100%.
We were working with kids.
I used to think you were crazy, didn't I, when you first came? He kept trying to get me into Christianity, but my wife almost more than anything. Jesus tells you to love your wife more than anything, doesn't he? So I love her more than anything.
Constant praying.
Bram was on me, but I love this guy because I've known him since a kid, and what he's done, his transformation is phenomenal, and the things he's doing in the community and with his wife and his friends, and what he's doing with Grand Seed, and that is fantastic. So I've just
like this. I'm so happy.
I'm just like to thank you for coming on my show today. I'm sorry it's early today for you guys out there, but it's Brian Cockerill, YouTube. Go on there, subscribe. It's all free. We've got people like Bramwell. We've got another fantastic guest coming on Tuesday. My wife's going to let you know through the Facebook. But my Facebook page is Brian Cockerill, and don't go on the resurrection because it's not me. It's somebody else impersonating me. So there's no good advice on that page.
Thanks, real Brian.
Thanks very much, everyone. Cheers. God bless you.
God bless you. Thank you very much.